कृपासमुद्रं सुमुखं त्रिनेत्रं जटाधरं पार्वतीवामभागं सदाशिवम्.
Does that explain the fears from the other ideology, ideas, thoughts, the anxiety and stress from the future and the prominent is now a prominent feature of a human being in 21st century? How did big part of people nowadays got trapped in this vicious circle of frustration, misery and collective rage?
See, if you look at it, what happens within a human being is entirely caused by him or her within themselves. Your joy and misery happens within you. Pain and pleasure happens within you. Right now, actually, even what is light and darkness happens only within you. Because what is light for you is darkness for some other creature. This is all the way it is happening within us, or in other words, the very basis of your experience is within you. When the very basis of experience is within you, should you not determine what is the nature of your experience? If you did determine what is the nature of your experience, would you make it pleasant or unpleasant for yourself? Definitely pleasant. If there is a choice right now within you either to be blissful or stressful or miserable, what's your choice? Definitely to be blissful. So this ability to exercise this choice is something that we have not spread across in the society. We have not brought this into our children's lives. We have not made this a part of our education, that the most important thing for a human being is that you are a wonderful human being. If you are a wonderful human being, when you are feeling wonderful within yourself, you naturally do wonderful things to everybody. When you are feeling horrible within yourself, you will do horrible things to other people. And every human being can notice this. When they're happy, if you meet them, they are wonderful people. If you meet them when they're miserable, angry, frustrated, whatever else, they can be nasty human beings. So this dimension of life has been neglected in our eagerness to develop our economies, to exploit the world, do whatever. We are busy fixing the world. Yes, world needs to be fixed to some extent. But we think by fixing the world, everything will be all right. No, we also need to fix this human being. Fixing this human being means we have all gotten committed to individual identities and prejudices. From the simple aspect of gender, we are the same species, but gender has become like two different species. Nations, ideologies, race, religion, all kinds of things have divided and fractured humanity in so many different ways. It is time that we instill this in our children and the future generations, that life happens as one big whole. But it is the magnanimity of the creation that it gives us an individual experience, but actually it's happening as one whole. Either we understand this now, or we will anyway get it when we are buried. When we are buried, we all become part of the land. Same soil, isn't it?
Yes.
What you have to do in the world is different. How you do it is different. When you talk about pressure, you're not talking about what to do and what not to do, you're talking about how of life. If running a design school is becoming a big pressure, living as a whatever, a business person is becoming a pressure, don't do it, just walk the beach. But there also pressure, isn't it? So the pressure is not because of the job or the position that you've taken. Pressure and stress is happening because you do not know how to conduct your body, how to conduct your mind and how to conduct your emotions. This human mechanism, this is the most sophisticated gadget on the planet. Have you read the user's manual? That's the whole problem. If you deal with that, outside situations are a play. To what extent can you play? Maybe you cannot play like me, but you will play to the best of your capability and that's fine. You don't have to play like somebody else, but you must play to the best of your capability. If that doesn't get explored, when you're pressured, it will not get explored. When you're pressured, when you're stressed, you will not live to your full capability. Even the silly things cannot be done when you're under pressure. If you're in a certain level of calmness and sweetness within you, your body and your intelligence will work at its best. So, this is about playing this life out. This is not about proving something to somebody. It is just that if you want to succeed, it's only success that ultimately everybody around you will respect, okay? If you want to succeed, you must learn to harness your physical body and your mind the fullest possible way. So only two things. And of course, harnessing the external situations, but that harnessing the external situations essentially depend upon how well you can harness your own intelligence and your body. Now when you're creating pressure, on one level what it means is, your intelligence has turned against you. It's not working for you, it is working against you. Nobody has to cause misery to you, you're in self-help.
So you're saying that happiness can only come when you achieve success and not
No,
by being
no, I didn't
insignificant
say
or
anything like
unknown,
that. I'm saying only if you're happy, your body and mind will function at their best. If they function at their best, depending upon your individual competence and the situations around us, how they play out. Your success is not just about your competence, there's also a situation. How all these things come together, that will lead to a certain level of success. So I'm saying the way you are is the first step, what you do is the next step. But everybody is trying to fix it the other way around and it'll never work.
So my question, it's a little personal based on where I live. So I live in Montana. Much of Montana is very rural. There are only about 900,000 people in the whole state. There are more cows than people in Montana. But there's a lot of poverty in Montana. People really struggle to earn a living there. So people often are working 2, 3 jobs, very busy, not such great access to fresh food or good food unless it's grown there. And one of the things that you said today really resonated with me tonight was, when you wake up in the morning, how do you feel? And so people don't think it's okay to think about themselves and think about how they're feeling and what they need to do each day. So how do you begin to tell somebody that has to work 12 hours a day, working 2 jobs, comes home to a family, to start engaging in some of these more spiritual and more self-realization types of practices? Because my experience has been, well, I'm too busy, this would be great. I can get up in the morning and maybe drink some warm water or do something, but to actually take the time to think about themselves is very hard.
So if you think that the work that you're doing is very important, then the first thing that you need to do is work upon yourself. How do you enhance your work without enhancing yourself? You are not going to do anything more than yourself, isn't it? Everything that you do is just an expression of who you are. Without enhancing this, the nature and the quality of your work will never enhance. Strive as much as you can. Right now, this is the problem with the world. Most people are suffering so many things, enormous amount of stress in their day-to-day activity just to earn a living, which every worm, insect, bird is doing. But human beings with such a huge brain are going through such a struggle just to earn a living, simply because they're trying to enhance their activity rather than enhancing the person, the me. If you do not enhance this one and you try to enhance activity, it is like you took your old beat-up Ford in Montana on a F1 racetrack. Well, it's going to fly in different directions. You need to have an appropriate machine to get onto the track. So if you think your work and family deserve a better deal, you must work upon yourself. If you don't invest on this one, there will be really no result, only just wasteful striving. It is very important that this must be enhanced if we want to enhance the work, there is no other way to do it.